Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of In Conversation by Advisor Coach. Today, in conversation, for the very first time, our guest is Miss Aparna Shankar, Chief Investment Officer, Equity with the Wealth Company Mutual Fund. अपर्णा, बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आपका इन कॉन्वर्सेशन में आज।
धन्यवाद। आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आपने मुझे हमें यहाँ बुलाया।
नहीं, आपने समय निकाला बिकॉज ऑफ योर एनएफओज रनिंग बैक टू बैक। इट वाज वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू कैच यू फॉर दिस डिस्कशन टुडे।
जैसे मतलब मुझे भी अच्छा लग रहा है ये भारत भ्रमण करते करते।
यस।
इन द फर्स्ट फेज आई थिंक आई हैड डन 26 सिटीज इन 22 days।
वाओ।
अभी काफी सारा वो कवर हुआ था, पर अभी अब की बार थोड़ा सा हम लोग वी आर डूइंग इट इन अ मोर स्मॉलर ग्रुप्स काइंड ऑफ मीटिंग्स या।
श्योर श्योर, मुझे याद है क्योंकि काफी व्यूअर्स को पता है कि मैं भी फंड इंडस्ट्री से ही आता हूँ। जब हमारे भी एनएफओज आते थे तो कभी कभी तो ऐसा होता था कि कुछ फ्लाइट्स में एयर होस्टेस बोलती थी, अरे आप सर फिर आ गए। मैं क्या करूं, ट्रैवल करना पड़ रहा है फॉर द couple of launches, etc.
करेक्ट
But now,
करेक्ट।
before we jump into the wonderful conversation, if you could just tell our viewers about your investment management experience, your journey as well, and of course, जैसे हमने जिक्र किया that पहले भी एनएफओ लॉन्च हुए हैं वेल्थ कंपनी के, so two actively managed the ethical fund and the flexi cap fund. So how was your experience in this travel to 26 cities within 22 days, etc.? If you could just take our viewers through that.
Correct. So I think I had a, very fulfilling but very long journey in the mutual fund industry.
Hmm.
And मुझे तो म्यूचुअल फंड के बियॉन्ड कुछ आता नहीं है बेसिकली। बिकॉज मोर देन हाफ ऑफ माई लाइफ, ऑलमोस्ट 36 years आई हैव स्पेंट इन टू दिस इंडस्ट्री. So the first 15 years I was with Unit Trust of India,
Hmm.
the organization which kind of introduced the culture of mutual fund to the nation. I'm really very proud about it. और जो लास्ट पिछले जो 18 साल रहे हैं, आई हैव बीन वर्किंग विथ एसबीआई म्यूचुअल फंड, the
Hmm.
largest mutual fund of the country. I mean, again, I am proud about it. And for last 8 months, I am working with the Wealth Company Mutual Fund. So I means I had a really very rich kind of an experience across these two big organizations, and from I joined SBI Mutual Fund in year 2007 as an analyst. So I was a research analyst. I was tracking capital goods, engineering, textile, and cement as sectors.
Hmm.
And I was given responsibility to manage funds from 2012. So again, I feel that कि I was the most lucky fund manager at the SBI Mutual Fund, क्योंकि मैंने काफी सारे different strategies manage की है. I mean, I think barring AIF, I have managed almost all the strategies.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I started managing with the international mandates, advisory, discretionary, and then the thematic funds, then the sectoral funds, and then the PMS. And the last strategy which I was managing was for the MENA region investors like Dubai plus countries.
Hmm.
वहाँ के इन्वेस्टर्स के लिए इंडियन स्टॉक मार्केट्स में जो इन्वेस्ट कर रहे थे उनके लिए ये स्ट्रेटेजी थी, विच वाज अ मल्टी कैप स्ट्रेटेजी.
Right.
So ये मतलब kind of a plethora of strategies. I have been doing this for many years, and I my focus had always been in last few years been about building more focused kind of portfolios of around 35 to 40 number of stocks, no long tail. I mean, that's what my learning at the SBI mutual fund was, and it
Hmm.
also helped me to generate better returns also, better risk adjusted returns. I think there is a very strong benefit of having when you have a high conviction in any stock, if
Hmm.
you have a high size, or maybe if you are able to size up the position, that the kind of a contribution which has it to the portfolio performance is amazing. And if you
Hmm.
are able to somehow follow that, it's been a great thing.
Excellent, excellent. So very, very vast research, and then on completely on the buy side, then completely on the investment management side.
Correct.
So,
And in the first phases, you talked about 27 cities in 22 days.
hmm.
Amazing experience. I mean, I felt like I am the kind of questions investors had. That because it is very important for a young AMC like us now to establish our credibility and have that kind of a confidence. Because I mean, mutual fund industry has not been without any accidents. So people are very about very when the young AMC approaches them for any funds and all that stuff. But what happens at the Wealth Company Mutual Fund, which is very different from many other mutual fund, younger mutual funds, is that the kind of team we have, not only in investments, but also in operations, marketing, sales. These are all veteran people. I mean, we have maybe 20 plus years at the, experience from the similar domain of all senior people where we are managing the, being heads of a department. So me, I have 36 years of experience. My colleague, for CIF fixed income, he's also coming from a very respectable AMC, which is Franklin. He also has 25 years plus experience. And now we have an investment team, which is almost 10 members team. Our analyst, our fund manager, our dealer are all coming from respected AMCs like Mire or Crisil or Motilal Oswal, Union. So these are the places our kind of people have joined us.
वंडरफुल 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 सो ऑन द लाइटर साइड क्या आपके साथ भी ऐसा घटना घटी जो मेरे साथ हुई थी कि वेलकम अपर्णा जी वंस अगेन टू आवर फ्लाइट while you traveled so many cities?
I think I have started recognizing the aerostesses now.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
So, excellent. So, Aparna, Wealth Company has launched their new fund offer of the multi-asset allocation fund on 19 November and closing on 3rd December 2025. So, could you tell our viewers more in detail about your multi-asset allocation fund?
Yeah. So, when you think about the different products or offerings we have at a mutual fund, I think multi-asset allocation fund, it is not because, I'm not saying because we have the fund open, but as such, when a investor is looking at investing into a mutual fund, I think this should be the first product when a investor has to look into or analyze for their investment depending upon their goals and needs. I think this is a product which is a classic product, and each investor, I mean, every distributor should, recommend this product to all of their investors, and this should be the first product to go to invest into. Why am I saying so? Is that, this is the product which gives you growth, stability, and diversification in one single product. So the growth comes from, so just to recap about the product, SEBI says that we have to invest into minimum 3 asset classes in this product. So there are major 4 asset classes where we can invest, which can be kind of divided further into different asset classes. Is that equity, debt, commodities, which includes precious metals, and the REITs and InvITs. So if you look at the kind of the selection or the offering or the opportunity to invest into multiple asset classes is beautiful, wonderful. You don't get this kind of a opportunity in any other fund category. So equity, I mean, which brings the growth for a portfolio, debt, fixed income, which gives you a stability, and then the gold or silver are the assets which are which do well in very uncertain geopolitically tense times, and that is helps us to bring the volatility also lower. So this is I think the first, this should be the first product to go to product for every investor. That is the, kind of a main attribute of this fund. And yeah, sorry.
Sure. So are you doing anything different? For example, of course, we understand that 10% minimum has to be allocated in each of the asset class, but आपने कुछ internal gates डाले हैं कि हम इतना invest करेंगे particular asset class में? अगर किया है तो you could just highlight that, and why did you take that decision?
First, I think I would like to touch upon, kind of an approach which is a different approach. I would like to talk about it. So this category is there for some reason. Okay. So the main attribute, as I said, is a diversification across multiple assets. But when we are brainstorming about which product to launch next, and when we decided about the multi-asset allocation fund, we kind of mapped the industry offering. So there are almost 38 products which are available in the market. And out of those 38 products, almost 29 products are equity heavy. Okay. When I say equity heavy, that means they have to invest into equity minimum 65%. They can go up to maybe 80%. But when you start with that, point of a 65% equity investment, that means you don't actually invest at 65%, because if you, it will keep, leading to a breach or something like that. So you tend to invest 66, 67% into equity, and usually we have 3-4% into cash. So that takes care of 70% is invested into equity, and then for the stability 15 to 20% into fixed income. That means almost 85 to 90% funds are invested into only two assets, equity and debt.
That's
And
right.
then the flexibility to invest into other asset classes, even if they look better than
It
the
compresses
equity or
it.
debt,
Totally.
it gets compressed or it gets narrowed, and there is no flexibility.
Mm.
So in 10%, how you can accommodate? You can go either into gold or just into small. It becomes marginal holding of that third important asset class. When we said that, then we decided, because this category, we need to look at all the three asset classes with equal importance. Okay. That is the purpose of this category. You should give equal importance to all the three asset classes. Then we said, we flipped the way of kind of looking at this category. We said, okay, we'll look at the third asset class, which is not talked about, or there are less funds which are available to invest only into gold or silver. Either you invest into gold ETF or silver ETF, but there is no combination of different asset classes. So we said we'll have a view about the commodities first. In that, we'll have a view on gold, silver, and other commodities. And once we decide how much weight should be allocated to this asset class, then we will move to the next asset class, which will be equity. Because equity and debt, either together or in a separate this thing, there are plethora of funds where you can invest. If you want to invest in a pure equity, there could be large cap, flexi cap, and multiple. Similar thing for the debt. But for the third asset class, that's not the case. So we will have a view on the gold first, then we will also have a view on the REITs. So that one asset class is done. Then we move to the next asset class, which is equity, and then the debt. And when we are doing this, we have, kind of a process or methodology to decide what could be our allocation. I will talk to you about that in some time. But as a starting point, we'll have a core, kind of a strategic holding of these three different asset classes. So maybe if I have to invest tomorrow, will be around 15 to 20% into gold, maybe around 30-35% into equity, and maybe around 30% into fixed income, and 5-6% into REITs. That's what, if I have money, I have deploying money tomorrow, that could be the most probable outcome. Then we have, depending upon the assets outlook, we have a tactical allocation. So we will switch between different, we will rebalance the allocation maybe on a quarterly basis. We will keep monitoring it on a regular basis. And if it is required to be rebalanced, the earliest would be the quarterly. But by saying that, we are not saying that if there are some kind of a black swan kind of events or some outlier type of conditions appear, then we will not sit tight. Okay, we will not say as if that we'll do only rebalancing at the end of the quarter, but at that point we will do the rebalancing also.
Sure.
So that's the way we feel that we should be more agile and more flexible about how we are investing. That was one thing. Another thing is that I talked about the 29 products which are equity heavy, but there are 9 products, 9 funds which are which the kind of position we want to have, they also are having. So what does it mean is that we can invest minimum 35% into equity, can go up to 65% or maybe 80% if that is what is required. With that, kind of a positioning, we have enough space to accommodate or to invest into the third asset class, which is commodities and REITs. So that's how we are different from the most of the funds which are already into existence.
Sure. So minimum gate आपने नहीं define किया that this much has to be invested into a particular asset class. It's of course more by review, understanding of the markets, but definitely this fund will give a greater flavor to the precious metals, because and of course definitely on the equity side and the debt side as well.
If that asset class has a better outlook.
Sure,
Only if.
understood.
It's not because that we want to have a higher exposure to gold or silver. That's not the starting point.
Sure.
Starting point is that if that asset has a better outlook, then you need to have a space or flexibility, wider flexibility to invest into.
Sure. But what I also understand is that this fund is not going to be chasing, the 65% equity part to give that 12 months long-term capital gains benefit. The fund will be more true to its nature in terms of which asset class is being preferred by you. So be it can have a long-term capital gains after even 24 months, if my understanding is correct.
So two things here also. So as an equity or maybe mutual fund investor, what do you suggest to an investor? Stay invested for at least 5 years. Okay.
At least, come se come.
So buyer investor, I feel it's just a talking point that, okay, after 1 year, you will not attract you will attract only 12.5% capital gains tax. That should not be the driver for investing into a mutual fund scheme.
I completely agree. मतलब आपने बहुत ही अच्छी बात बोली है, because this is something, at least मैं तो बहुत सालों से इस बात को कह रहा हूँ, जब से मैं फंड इंडस्ट्री में रह चुका हूँ, कि don't look at tax benefits to invest into a product. Look at the offering of the product.
Exactly.
Because tax, all these taxation benefits आज है कल नहीं है.
Exactly.
Look at the vehicle.
And if you are invested, in our positioning, if you are invested for minimum 2 years, you will also pay the similar 12.5% tax.
Absolutely correct. बिल्कुल
So वैसे तो SIP भी शुरू करोगे तो at least 3 साल तक तो चलनी चाहिए.
Minimum.
And as an equity investment, you should look at.
Absolutely.
So this is a solution based or goal. Why are you investing? You want to achieve some goal. And those goals should be short term, medium term, and long term. But most of them would be medium and long term. So that should be the way of looking at it.
Sure. थोड़ा equity investment management के style के बारे में थोड़ा बताइए पर्णा जी, in terms of will it be more market sector agnostic, what flexi style of equity management?
So flexi, it's not a flexi style. It's the investment philosophy is based on the two kind of overlays in a sense. Basic thing is that change plus age as an overlay is our investment philosophy, which is an organizational level philosophy. So what do you will agree that change is the only constant. Okay?
Absolutely correct.
Yeah. And when I had started, managing the funds in 2011-12, still, buy and hold strategy used to be, beneficial. I could still buy one stock, stay invested for maybe 4 or 5 years without doing anything, still has a better probability of generating better returns. But in the later part or maybe midway somewhere, I started realizing that this is not how the markets are moving. This is not, how you are constructing a portfolio, because the changes were so fast and so frequent. There were changes in the economy. There were changes in the businesses. So many disruptions were happening, and the disruptions were fast and, very material disruptions. And COVID had been such a great teacher for us. You, me, both of us have been in this industry for so long. There were businesses which were present before the COVID, which got disrupted, and then there are less number of players now. But on the other side, there were also businesses which we could not have thought about,
yes.
And they have emerged and they are prospering. Like look at quick commerce or delivery kind of businesses. So if I had thought about or stayed tuned only to the buy and hold strategy, I would not have looked at these new businesses which were emerging and which were going to thrive in future. So we needed that agility. I needed that agility to look at while constructing the portfolio, to be open to new businesses, look at them, how what could be the potential growth for these kind of businesses
Mm-hmm.
without having any examples to look back into history.
Sure.
These were the new businesses, and then
Mm-hmm.
nobody would have had kind of a confidence. But you needed to have that kind of an open mind and have some, long-term vision, how this business can go, what could be the competition, how the competitive intensity will move. So we said, okay, we'll go to that base and we'll form change as our investment philosophy. And for that word change, every alphabet we have attached a important factor. Like C for capable management, H for historical performance, A for the attractive valuation. Unless and until you are entering at a reasonably right price, the probability of generating better returns gets compromised.
Absolutely.
Okay. Navigating the business across multiple cycles. I mean, the cycles are becoming shorter, and then management should have a capability to navigate the business. I mean, they need to have that kind of a foresight. Then the governance. As I mean, SEBI says not more than 10%. You can't invest in any stock more than 10%. That means we are going to be a minority shareholder for life. But what is important is that how the majority shareholder has treated the minority shareholder.
Mm.
That we could understand from the dividend policy, or maybe if there had been rights issue, what had been the conversion ratio and all that stuff. So that is also important. See, humans DNA doesn't change, and companies DNA also don't change. I mean, my experience says that it is just portray it differently, but the basic DNA remains same. So this is what a guiding factor. And then the E is for the earnings growth. So what is going to happen in the next 2-3 years is also important to have a understanding about. This is more about the internal factors, more controllable by the company management. But this is not the only thing which happens which leads for any stock performance. So
Sure.
there are some factors which are external to the company, which are not controllable by the company, but they are also important factors. Like we have an H, EDGE, exchange related factors, price momentum, index volatility index, and then the domestic factors like GDP growth, interest rate. In different interest rate regime, different companies prosper. And then the global factors. If I have money coming in or going out, makes a lot of difference. If even if the business is doing well, only because the shareholders or the FIIs are selling, the stocks don't perform. So these are the factors, very material factors we need to be mindful about. And then the last E stands for the exit or rebalancing strategy. So when we're entering a stock, we need to be clear about what are those factors which will lead us to take this decision or take that action of exiting, either exit or rebalance or trim or size it up. So this will be the factors which will help us to will guide us to take that action.
Sure.
Because many times I have seen many of the my peers would get stuck into a stock. We don't want that kind of inertia in our team. We want, you are there, you are an active fund manager. You need to take an action. If something is going wrong, or if you feel that your decision was not, right, then you should take an action immediately. Don't sit on that. So that is the kind of a discipline what I'm bringing. This is all my learning with these, great institutions. I had my work experience.
Excellent. So greater, dynamism, greater agility, just not
Exactly.
a buy and hold strategy, which used to work many years ago. Of course, because
Correct.
the world has completely changed now.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Multi-asset allocation funds recently, काफी, I would say that popular हुए हैं. आपको
Hmm.
क्या लगता है उसका कारण क्या हो सकता है उसके पीछे?
Actually, I feel the momentum behind the multi-asset allocation fund is very natural.
Mm.
I mean, look at Indian investors. So Indian investors have been following asset allocation in an intuitive way for ages. I would say so. Think about this. If a child is born in our family, what do we do? We buy or gift some gold or silver ornament. Okay. So that means we have understood what is the importance of this precious metal, and we start with that. Okay, this is an
Hmm.
asset we have bought. When a young one, starts working, or maybe in 2 3 years of work experience, what is that asset they look to, aspire to have? A house. That is a real estate. That means a diversification to a real estate. So I feel that this comes very naturally to Indian investors, and asset allocation is the kind of, they have been doing this for many ages. Only that thing is that the multi-asset kind of a asset fund brings it, that the uh, the liquidity, or maybe when you have bought a house or a ornaments, there is a lot of emotional connect to that. And when you
Hmm.
actually want to liquidate it, it is a very turbulent kind of a decision. And finally, most of the times you don't take that decision. You don't go and sell gold or a house. So what happens then? You borrow against that. So
Hmm.
that's not a very ideal situation.
Hmm. Hmm.
Here, that you bring, take out that emotional listing. This is just a financial decision to invest into this fund, through this fund, and having a ability to allocate across multiple assets. So I think this is the all-weather fund, and I think it's rightly placed. Whatever, I mean, investors are understanding the importance of having a liquidity and also having an asset allocation as a starting point of the investment journey. This is
Hmm.
also important not only for wealth creation but also wealth preservation.
Hmm.
I strongly believe that.
Hmm. Hmm. I agree. I agree. Wealth
Because these
preservation.
assets have a very low correlation with each other.
Yes,
That is the major attribute what we are, leveraging upon.
absolutely. I agree. I agree. I think preservation भी आपने बहुत ही बढ़िया तरीके से वो point रखा. I completely agree with that point. So, Aparna, today through this in conversation, what message would you like to give to all the viewers listening to you about the Wealth Company Multi-Asset Allocation Fund new fund offer?
Okay. So let me talk about first the AMC. We are young AMC. I mean, everyone, whatever new is born is young. So you don't have to feel confident about it. Is that we don't believe in star fund managers. Okay. We believe in our processes, and our systems are star. And we are all veteran or seasoned people, all experienced people who are working with the new AMC.
Hmm.
So only the license is new, but the kind of philosophy or the discipline what we are planning here or putting into place is all time tested. So don't have that kind of a disbelief into the capability of the young AMC. That is one thing. Another thing is that I think investors should, there is a mismatch between how they start investing and the horizon and the risk appetite. I think
Hmm.
distributors should need, they have been playing a great role. Maybe they need some more penetration to be done, a better reach to have, and try and make the investors understand equity is a long term product and you need to be invested there for long term. I mean, now we talk about not 3 or 5 years, but many years. On a lighter note, people, kind of, you can tell me how many years have you, this Shah Rukh Khan's movie was launched, Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. I think it's
Hmm.
15 years. 15
Hmm.
years. Nobody
Hmm.
knows how the time has passed.
Absolutely.
है ना? So वो थॉट प्रोसेस होनी चाहिए, वो डिसिप्लिन होना चाहिए.
Hmm.
जैसे मतलब हेल्थ हेल्थ जैसे इम्पोर्टेंट है, वैसे वेल्थ भी इम्पोर्टेंट है.
Hmm.
आप सुबह उठ के अगर ब्रश कर रहे हो, सो हैव दैट हैबिट ऑफ इन्वेस्टिंग. अभी तो वो भी सहारा कर सकते हैं. देयर इज अ डेली एसआईपी विच इज अवेलेबल. प्लीज यूज. I mean, you will at least some part of the unstable or dynamism of equity markets will taken care of.
Very true. Very true. Very true. I completely agree. So, well, for our viewers, this is Miss Aparna Shankar, Chief Investment Officer Equity with the Wealth Company Mutual Fund. talking about their new fund offer, the Wealth Company Multi-Asset Allocation Fund, which was launched on 19th November and closing on 3rd of December. So, Pranav, thank you very, very much for taking out time and taking all our viewers about, your wonderful investment management experience and journey, and about, this asset class and your processes. Thank you so very much. And I would
Thank you.
like to,
Thank you.
yes, thank you. And I would like to remind our viewers that please subscribe to Advisor Coach YouTube channel if you haven't done yet, because, it is very easy, to subscribe and then listen to such wonderful speakers, provided so much of intelligence through these video interviews. So please subscribe today if you haven't done yet. Aparna, thank you very much for joining in today, and
Thank
wish
you
you the
so
very
much.
best for the end.
Bye. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you.